Hello yogis, welcome to my Dasha's studio, and today we'll talk about shoulders rotations. We will warm up our shoulders joint, work with shoulders and arms, connect the shoulders and core and legs, so the whole body will work again. For this class, I recommend to have a strap. If you don't have a strap, you can use a towel or scarf, anything. So we'll start in the sitting position first. And as usual, we'll start with pranayama, with breathing. So roll your shoulders back and down. Open your chest. Take a big expansive inhale and exhale slowly. And another one, all the way from your belly button towards the collarbones. And bring your hands in front of you. With your palms up, bring your thumb inside your fist and roll it. And make sure that you're not doing that protraction with your shoulders. So move your shoulders to the back, right there, and keep it that way. So roll your wrists one direction and then the other. And then we'll move our forearms without moving the shoulders. So move it that way and the opposite. And then the whole arm goes. But make sure that you're not squeezing your shoulders towards your ears when you're doing that. And then change the direction. Good job. Then bring your hands in capital T. And your right hand goes underneath the left one, like that. So just hug your shoulders. Good. So from here, move your elbows up and start to move your elbows in front of you. And press the space of your upper body to the back. So create this contour action. You're reaching forward with your elbows. You're reaching back with the space between your shoulder blades. From there, lift your shoulders slightly higher. Like make sure they're parallel to the ground. Make sure that you're not squeezing your belly or spine. So you're not moving the torso. So it's straight and strong. Grounding through your hips. Keep reaching forward with your elbows. Keep that connection here. And then, funny part, try to level your shoulders. So make sure that your left shoulder is not higher than the right one right now. And vice versa. Then drop your chin towards your chest and start to roll your head all over. Super gently. And then different direction. And release your arms. Bring them all the way up towards the sky. Interlace your fingers. Reach up towards the sky with your palms and bring your shoulders towards your ears. Just for a second. And then let your shoulder blades melt down. Then create this cradle with your hands. And just let your head be there. Move it from one side to another. Just enjoy this happy place for your neck, being absolutely relaxed. Take a big inhale, and with exhalation start to twist to the right. So reach to the back of the room behind you with your right elbow, and your neck is still relaxing there on this cradle you created. And then start to reach towards the ground with your right elbow and reach up with your left one. And then engage the left side of your body without squeezing the right one there. Both sitting bones equally pressing the floor. And bring back to center. Inhale, release. Bring your hands capital T again. And this time, your left hand goes underneath the right one. Give it a hug. And start to level. And the sensation on the shoulders might be very different. So just make sure that you're not rushing it out. So start to reach forward with your elbows. Create this contour action with your back. Reach back with the space between your shoulder blades. Keep your shoulders parallel to the ground. Level them. So the right and left shoulder in the same line, so not wiggling around. And then again, bring your chin towards your chest and start to find those movements with your head around. But keep this action, the contraction between your elbows and upper body. Keep your shoulders square and release. Bring your hands all the way up towards the sky. Interlace your fingers and see if you can change the interlacing. If it feels weird in your fingers, you did that. Reach up towards the sky with your hands. Move your shoulders up. Inhale here with exhalation, let them melt down. And bring your head in this cradle again, like in a hammock. Just move it around. Make sure that the muscles of your neck is absolutely relaxed. They do nothing. Take another inhale and twist to the left this time. Start to reach to the back of the room with your left elbow and make sure that you're not squeezing your elbows towards your ears. It's nice and open. Use your inhale to lift your chest higher. Exhale, twist deeper, and then start to reach towards the floor with your left elbow. Reach up with your right one and make it as wide open as possible. And neck is still relaxed there. Find this nice stretching on the right side of the body. Ground yourself through your legs. Inhale, bring it all the way up. Reach up towards the sky with your hands and bring your hands in front of the heart. Move it around. Right, lengthen your legs forward. Move it up. Point your toes, flex your feet. Just find something out about your hamstrings and then move your feet about like leg apart, about 90 degrees here between your legs. Find your sitting bones. Take your hands all the way up towards the sky. And with exhalation, bring them behind you, about one handprint apart with your fingers facing forward. Roll the shoulders, squeeze your elbows towards the midline. Bring your hips up and down. And then interlace your fingers behind your back. And either keep your hands on your sacrum and reach to the back of the room with your elbows, squeezing them towards the center line and reach forward with your chest. So let's start here. And you see I'm not moving my upper body down. It's open, it's reaching up mostly, like that direction. So from here you can start to find out something about your shoulders in this position. So you can start to lengthen your arms and start to reach to the back of the room with your necklace and reach forward with the center of your chest. So again, this is creating this contraction. Somebody's pulling your wrists to the back, and at the same time, you really need to get out of that position and reaching forward with your chest. Inhale with exhalation, see if you can hinge forward more. Engage your legs, start to use the whole body here. And release. Shake it all away. Cross your shins. And find your sitting position again. So here when we use our strap. So we'll start with create this strap. Take it on your knees. So that's about the knee apart here. So wider the shoulder distance apart. Squeeze it on your fists. Roll the shoulders back, engage your core, move the belly button inside, and lift your strap on level with your shoulders. Breathe there and really stretch it around, stretch it to the different directions. Like you want to tear the strap apart. And with your shoulders, we'll do the same thing, not reaching forward with your shoulders, not reaching forward with your body. So you're moving your shoulders to the back and keep in this position, and then start to leave the strap, lift it up without moving the shoulder joints, so they're still there on the same thing. Check on your core, check on your spine, and start to guide your strap to the back, and be gentle with your shoulders. Those guys are really sensitive. Keep breathing. And keep reaching up with your neck, so make sure that you're not reaching forward with your chin. It's one doing it. Then bring it back to center. Inhale. With exhalation, hinge to the right. But make sure that you're not doing something like that. So still the same space between your shoulders and the ears. Back to center. And to the left. And the same idea, not dropping the whole thing to the left. The whole body work together as a team. and back to center, and release. Move it around. So here goes my favorite one, shoulder stretching, and if you want, you can change the position of your legs. So let's do that. So plant your hands in front of you, come to tabletop, and then your right leg goes in front of the left one, right knee in front of the left one, and then you're moving your feet apart like that, like a mermaid tail. And you either just sit between your feet like that, but if it's your knee are not agreeable to do that, you can use the block. I have one right here. So you can use the block and do that, taking this block between your feet on any height you pick. And ground your sitting bones there. So it's way easier. And then let your legs melt down. Find both sitting bones right there. So since our right leg is on top, take the strap on your left shoulder. Bring your right hand all the way up. Reach up. And the left one goes to the left. Reach, reach, reach. Flip the palm and start to guide it behind your back, between your shoulder blades with your palm facing. So the back of the hand between the shoulder blades. Reach up as high as you can with your right hand. And then start to bend your elbow, but not move it forward. Just don't move it forward. Keep reaching up with your elbow. Keep reaching up, bend your elbow. And see if you can create the bind between your hands behind your back. If not, you have a strap there. So you can just grab this strap and start to stretch it apart. Okay, let me show you. So here's the right hand goes up, flipping the palm, guided between the shoulder blades. It might be right there. So if you cannot create this bind right here with your hands, you can just stop wherever you feel it without flipping this left shoulder forward. So keep it open. And the same about the right one. Keep reaching up with your elbows. Keep reaching up. Don't move the shoulder up. Okay? And if you cannot create the bind between your hands, you have a strap there. So create this connection between both hands, and after that, start to reach up with your right elbow, reach down with your left one. Another thing to do here, the most tricky part, is to bring this elbow or bring this shoulder down. So not squeezing it towards the ear, but level it. And just breathe there. So you're creating this outward movement with the shoulder, with the left one. So you're rolling it back. And with this one, you are twisting this tricep outward. Open it up. And you can feel your shoulder blades behind your back. So make sure that you're kind of squeezing, not squeezing them, but sucking it inside. So they are really flat there on your back. And keep breathing. And feel that connection between your right elbow and your belly. Yeah, that's again, the whole body's working again. So move those low ribs to the back of there and keep reaching up. Maybe move forward if you want to. Creating more connection. And bring it back. Shake it all away. So let's do the same on the other side. So come to tabletop. And if you use the block, keep it handy somewhere. Bring your left leg in front of the right one. Spread those feet apart. And either sit between your feet. Just check it out, because our legs are different. The sides of our body, they are different. And it's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. If this hip or this knee, like, nah, you know what, I'm not going to do that. So grab that block, slide it underneath your hips, find this comfortable sitting position. When your knees tuck one on top of the other, roll the shoulders back, and then if you're using the strap, or just in case, just bring the strap on your right shoulder, left hand goes up, right hand to the side, flip the right palm, and start to guide it. You see what's going on with my shoulder here? You're rotating not just palm, but the whole shoulder, right? And then you start to open it up, bending the elbow, guiding this hand between your shoulder blades. And then reach up as high as you can with your left hand and bring it back. So you're not moving your elbow forward. So you're reaching up with that elbow and then either creating the band between your arms, between your hands, or just grabbing the strap. The war is going to be the same. So you're opening your shoulders and reaching up with your left elbow, reaching down with your right one, but just the elbow. So you're using the muscles of your shoulder blades here, you're using the muscles of your tricep, but you're not lifting it up. So your shoulders are leveled. Take an inhale and you can start to reach forward if you want, or just keep working with those shoulders right there. And the thing about the shoulder blades, I want to show you something. So look at that shoulder blade popping up as a wing, right? So in case to bring it inside, I really need to rotate this part. So I really need to open it more. Reach back, reach down more with that elbow. And it might not go inside completely, but just work on that. Find some mild sensation and brace through that. When you're down, release your hands, release your feet, and sit back. Bring it in front of you, roll it around, move your chest from side to side, plant your hands in front of you. Breathe, big inhale and start to bend your elbows. And another one. And just let it go. Then cross your shins one more time. Spread your knees wide apart. Sit on your heels straight forward for child pose. And then if you want to release your shoulders more, you can swing your hands to the back and just let your shoulders melt down like that. Another good thing to do here is to connect your knees and just lean over your thighs. And you can stay in your child pose for as long as you want to, for as long as you feel that your shoulders still need that. And I hope you enjoy the video and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye. See you soon.